All right, let's dive into John Grisham's A Time to Kill.
Yeah, this one's a real page turner.
Definitely not your typical courtroom drama.
No, it's got so much more going on. You get right into the heart of racial tension in the
It's
South.
more than just a hoot-on.
Right. Grisham takes this awful crime against this young girl, and he really digs into some major social
When
issues.
he cracks open this whole other layer underneath.
Exactly. And it's not just about, finding the bad guys and getting justice. He makes you question the whole system.
Whether justice is even possible.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we're in Mississippi,
Rural Mississippi, Ford County.
Ford County, yeah.
Yeah.
And Grisham, he doesn't just tell you about it. He puts you right there.
Oh, absolutely. You can practically feel the heat, smell the magnolias, hear the cicadas buzzing.
It's almost like you're part of the landscape.
And then we meet Carl Lee Haley,
A hardworking black man just trying to get by.
trying to raise his family. And then everything changes. His daughter, Tanya, she's attacked. And Grisham doesn't hold back. He really lays out the details.
It's tough to read.
But it's important. It makes the horror real. And you understand why Carl Lee, he's just consumed by this need for revenge.
He wants those guys to pay.
But what he does, it's not simple. I mean, he takes the law into his own hands, plans to kill them right there in the courthouse.
Bold move.
It is. And that's where things get really interesting. Because now you have to ask yourself, is Carl Lee the villain here?
Start to question everything.
You do.
Right.
Because on one hand, you get it, you feel for him, he's lost everything. But on the other, he's taking a life.
So where's the line?
Right. And Grisham, he doesn't give you easy answers. He makes you wrestle with it. And then the town, Clanton, this whole town is just ripped apart.
Because it's not just a crime anymore.
No, it brings all this racial tension to the surface. Everything explodes, and everybody has to choose a side.
Yeah, you see that with the other characters too, right?
Absolutely. Take Sheriff Ozzie Walls. He's
Yeah.
the first black sheriff they've ever had in Mississippi.
At that time.
Right. And he's caught in the middle. He's got to uphold the law. But he understands what Carl Lee's going through. It's this incredible conflict.
You've also got Jake Briggins, the lawyer.
Oh, Jake. Young, ambitious lawyer. He takes Carl Lee's case.
Knowing what he's getting into.
Oh, yeah. He knows the risks. He's putting everything on the line, his career, his family,
Maybe even his life.
probably. But he sees something in Carl Lee. He believes in him.
I think what makes Jake so interesting is he's not, this perfect hero lawyer.
No, he's flawed. He's kind of reckless.
Makes mistakes.
But he's driven by this sense of justice.
It goes beyond just winning the case, doesn't it?
Yeah. And he's not alone either. There's Ellen Rourke, his law clerk. She's brilliant. She keeps him grounded.
And then there's Lucien Wilbanks,
Ah, Lucien, that disbarred lawyer.
the cynical mentor.
The one with the whiskey bottle, always ready with a sharp quip and a bit of wisdom.
He's seen it all, hasn't he?
Oh, he has. He's the voice of experience. And he brings some humor to this very intense situation.
Yeah. So Jake's got this team, and they're up against more than just the legal system, right?
Oh, way more. They're fighting the whole town's prejudices. And then there's the Klan.
Oh, yeah, the Klan gets involved.
And they're not messing around.
It's a scary element to throw into the mix.
It is. And this is where Grisham really excels. He takes this legal thriller and he weaves in this powerful social commentary. He doesn't let you forget what's at stake.
You said page turner earlier. I mean, you're on the edge of your seat the whole time.
Absolutely. And not just because of the legal stuff, the whole atmosphere, the tension, the threat of violence, it gets under your skin.
You really feel like you're right there in Clanton with them.
And the scariest part is it feels real. Grisham doesn't shy away from showing the personal cost of this case. Jake's family becomes a target.
They attack his house.
They even go after his secretary's husband.
It's like a warning.
Exactly. Don't mess with us. Don't challenge the way things are.
It's a chilling reminder of how quickly hatred can turn into violence.
And how far people will go to protect their power.
Yeah.
And all of this, it builds and builds until the trial starts.
And it's not just a local trial.
Oh, no. It becomes this media circus, reporters everywhere, the whole country's watching.
It's like Clanton's under a microscope.
And everybody's wondering, can justice actually be served in a place like this?
Where the lines are so blurred.
Exactly. One of the things that really gets me about this book is how Grisham, he takes you inside the legal system.
Yeah.
Like that whole jury selection process.
Oh, yeah.
It's It's like a whole other battleground before the trial even starts.
Yeah, it's like
Is it?
a chess match or something.
Yeah, exactly. Both sides trying to, outmaneuver each other,
Yeah.
trying to find those jurors who are gonna see things their way.
Right. And for Jake,
Right.
he needs to find people who aren't going to just see Carl Lee as, as a black man who killed 2 white men.
Exactly. He needs to find jurors who can see him as a human being,
As a father.
as a father who's grieving, yeah.
Right.
Who lost his daughter in this horrible way.
Yeah. And in a town like Clanton,
Oh,
where the racial divide is so deep.
It's going to be tough, right?
Yeah, finding those jurors is like finding a needle in a haystack.
It's an uphill battle for sure.
And Grisham, he doesn't shy away from showing you how messy that process can get.
Oh, no, he shows you all the tricks.
Yeah.
The manipulation.
How they try to, both sides.
Of both sides, yeah.
Try to stack the deck in their favor.
Exactly. I mean, it's not always about finding the most impartial jurors, right?
Right.
It's about finding the ones who are already leaning your way or who can be swayed.
And it makes you realize that justice, it's not always this blind thing.
Oh, no, it's not.
Like we like to think it is.
It's influenced by so many factors.
Yeah.
People's biases, their backgrounds, their beliefs.
The way questions are asked.
Everything. It all plays a role.
And it makes you wonder, can you ever really have a truly fair trial?
That's the question, isn't it?
When the system itself can be used to tilt the scales.
And it's not just the prosecution doing the manipulating.
Right.
Right. Jake and his team, they're using every trick in the book, too.
To try and find jurors who might be sympathetic to Carl Lee.
Exactly. And it makes you think, how far is too far when you're defending someone?
Yeah, like what are you willing to compromise?
Right. Your ethics.
Yeah.
Your morals.
Yeah, to save your client.
It's a tough line to walk.
You see Jake struggling with that all through the book.
Oh, absolutely.
He wants to do the right thing.
Yeah.
But he also knows he has to win.
It's a dilemma, and Grisham doesn't let you forget it.
No, he keeps the tension building.
The whole atmosphere in Clanton, it's like this pressure cooker.
Yeah, it's almost like the town itself is a character.
It is, yeah.
This oppressive force.
Weighing down on everyone.
You're right.
And then just when you think it can't get any worse, something happens. Something that just punches you in the gut.
Like Jake's house being firebombed.
Oh, that's a turning point.
Yeah, it's a wake-up call.
It shows you how high the stakes are.
It's not a game anymore.
No, it's life or death.
And it's terrifying.
Is
Not just for Jake, but for what it says about the people who did it.
right.
About the kind of hatred that's brewing in that town.
They're not just trying to scare Jake, they're trying to silence anyone who might speak out, anyone who might challenge the status quo.
And then Ellen, Jake's law clerk,
Oh, I know.
she gets kidnapped. And
brutally attacked.
Yeah.
It's just awful.
it's like they're saying
Yeah.
nobody's safe
Right.
if you stand up for what you believe in.
Especially if what you believe in threatens their power.
And it shows how deeply personal this whole case has become for everyone involved.
Oh, yeah, it's way beyond legal arguments now.
It's about survival.
It is.
And, through all this, you have Carl Lee,
Right.
who committed a violent act,
He did.
but he was also a victim of this horrific injustice,
Yeah, shame.
who's trying to fight for justice,
Yeah.
but he's also having compromised his own morals to do it.
And it makes you question.
What is justice in a situation like this?
Right. Where's the line?
Yeah, where's the line between right and wrong?
It's all blurred.
And then you have the media
Oh, the media frenzy.
descending on Clanton.
Turning it into a circus.
Yeah.
Sensationalizing everything.
And you see how they can shape public opinion,
Absolutely.
how they can twist the narrative to fit their own agendas. It's a reminder that we have to be careful,
Oh, yeah.
about what we believe, about what we hear.
Especially when it comes to these complex issues like race and justice.
And for Jake, this media attention.
It adds another layer of pressure.
Yeah, he's not just fighting for Carl Lee's life.
He's fighting against public opinion, which is already against him.
It's like he's trying to reason with a mob.
I know. It's an impossible task.
And then you have the Klan, always lurking in the background.
That constant threat.
That feeling that violence could erupt at any moment.
It's like a powder keg just waiting to explode.
And it does.
Yeah.
That rally that turns into a riot.
That's one of the most intense scenes in the book.
It's terrifying.
It shows you how quickly order can break down.
How easily people can be manipulated into violence.
And you're right there in the middle of it.
Yeah.
The heat, the noise, the chaos.
It's a powerful reminder of how fragile peace is.
And how dangerous prejudice can be.
And through all of this, Jake,
He's exhausted, he's disillusioned,
he's seen so much.
but he keeps going.
Yeah, he has to.
And somehow he finds the strength to give this amazing closing argument. He appeals not just to the law, but to the jury's humanity.
He asks them to see Carl Lee as a man, not a symbol.
To understand what he went through, why he did what he did.
It's a powerful moment.
And after weeks of testimony and arguments and tension,
The jury finally reaches a verdict.
but to find out what that verdict is?
You'll have to join us for the final part of our deep dive into A Time to Kill. Okay, so we're back. The jury's got the fate of Carl Lee Haley in their hands.
And it's more than just him, you know? This verdict is going to affect the whole maybe even the whole country.
Yeah, Quentin's like a tinderbox ready to explode.
And everyone's waiting to see, you know, if justice can actually prevail.
Right. Can the system work? Even in a place like this with all the
History,
prejudice,
all the baggage.
Grisham, he doesn't let you off easy. You feel that tension right up to the last minute.
Oh, yeah, you're right there in the courtroom with them, holding your breath, waiting for the foreman to speak.
And then he does.
Yeah.
Stands up, looks at Carl Lee, then at Jake, and reads the verdict. Not guilty.
Not guilty. Wow, I mean, you can imagine the emotions in that courtroom.
Relief. Disbelief.
Joy, fear, anger, probably all of it at once.
For Carl Lee, it's over. He can finally go home.
And for Jake, it's a victory, but it's a costly one, you know.
He's been through the ringer.
He's exhausted, he's disillusioned, but he did it. He saved his client's life.
But Grisham doesn't tie everything up in a neat little bow.
No, he doesn't.
He shows you the aftermath.
The scars that this trial has left.
Clan's still divided.
Some people are celebrating, some are outraged.
And the threat of violence, it hasn't gone away.
It's a reminder that a verdict, even the right verdict, it doesn't solve everything.
It doesn't erase the past.
Or guarantee the future.
And Jake, he's not the same either.
No, he's changed.
He's seen too much. He's questioned too much.
He's lost some of his faith in the system.
And in himself, maybe.
But he's still standing. He's still fighting.
And that's what makes this book so powerful, I think.
It doesn't offer easy answers.
No, it just shows you the complexity of it all.
The gray areas.
The human cost of justice.
And it makes you think.
About what justice really means.
And what we're willing to sacrifice to achieve it.
If you haven't read A Time to Kill, I highly recommend it. It's a story that'll stay with you.
It'll make you think. It'll make you feel.
It'll make you question everything you thought you knew about justice.
And about yourself.
So, that's our deep dive into A Time to Kill. We hope you enjoyed it.
And we hope it sparks some conversations.
Yeah, let us know what you thought of the book.
Or any other mysteries you'd like us to tackle.
And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this episode with your fellow mystery lovers.
Until next time, happy reading.